what it looks like to achieve that level of market share is that collaboration has to be our superpower. We have to figure out a couple of huge and impactful ways to to pool our resources to accomplish things bigger than what any individual brand or stakeholder could have pulled off on their own. Without that, there's no scenario in which we get even remotely close to that kind of market share is my broad answer to that. I think that what was a broadly felt sentiment is, wow, do we have a lot of work to do? You know, there was a lot of folks who were in this work or in this space would refer back to organic as like a bit of an analog, right? Or
Yeah.
so what happened with it, and where do we need to do better, and where are we doing worse? And one of the things when you look back, with hindsight 2020, or as AC put it earlier, like you look back and everything looks like science. Uh, it took decades to reach the level of scale that we are today. And what some folks who were sort of like present for that movement would say is that collaboration earlier would have been helpful to accelerate that pace.
Hmm.
And so I think that the first observation from folks is this is a heavy lift, and we have an actual clock. Like we don't get to just have this take as long as it happens to take. Like we're actually under the gun here when you look
Hmm.
at it from a climate standpoint. So that was the first piece. And then the second piece I would say, and this very much reminds me of my nonprofit days, when people, and Kyle, you spoke to this in the way that Kettle Fire's founder talks about it. When people are coming to the space, because there's so many layers of truth embedded in the idea of regeneration,
Hmm.
the mindset and the openness tends to be collaborative and positive. There's obviously, like, there's a limit to that, and there's plenty of drama, but it reminds me a lot of the nonprofit space, I guess is my point, where you have people with good intention aiming at something much bigger than themselves and recognizing that they can only accomplish that thing that's bigger than themselves as they find allies. So I think that is the core of what I came away feeling so inspired by, in terms of the collaborative potential here. Now, what it actually takes to unlock that collaboration, considering busy schedules, stressed out leaders, meaningful disagreements, philosophical and otherwise. I'm
Yep.
not saying it's going to be like a walk in the park, and y'all have built, a set of institutions that are going to help navigate that. But at a minimum, the intention and the possibility is there, which I think is beautiful.